Hello and welcome to part 97 of Let's Play Dangan Ronpa. When we left off, Celeste asked what Monokuma wanted. So, what does Monokuma want? No need to be catty. I came all the way out here just to answer your questions. Questions? You were talking about there being an accomplice, weren't you? I'm pretty sure I already explained this to you. Ah yes, it was during the first class trial. While we're here, I'd like to ask the teddy bear, if there is an accomplice, are they also a villain? Well, here's your answer. While it is possible to bring along an accomplice for a murder, only the perpetrator himself can graduate. Which means no matter how much they assist in the crime, the accomplice has nothing to gain. Then it doesn't seem likely there's an accomplice. There we go, there's a 0% profit margin for any and all accomplice behaviour. So you're saying there's no chance an accomplice was involved in this incident? That much I can't tell you. If I did, I'd be hindering you guys' imaginations. I just don't want you to forget that no matter how much anyone assists in a murder, there can only be one villain. An accomplice has nothing to gain. In other words, we have to identify the single villain who committed the murders as usual. While we're on the subject, I'll take this opportunity to make everything perfectly clear. For this class trial, you guys only need to identify the one true villain, who devised and carried out a plan for murder. The one true villain? Well, I think I've explained enough here. From here on out, it's just you guys and the villain, butting heads. May the best bear win. There's only one villain. An accomplice has nothing to gain, which means Hirogiri being involved really is out of the question. Most likely. I'm glad for that. But still, where did she run off to? If she has no involvement in the murders, then it matters not. We must focus on our investigation. Investigation? Ah, yes. While we already know Hagakure killed them, I suppose a quick investigation wouldn't do us any harm. Shouldn't we consider that a homicidal maniac might be a suspect too? Just throwing that out there. Genocide a show? What? What? What have I ever done to you? When did you... You weren't there when I woke up, so I've been looking all over for you, alright, White Knight. Anyway, you over there, little Miss Godzilla Knockers. Godzilla Knockers? Why am I a suspect? You're a homicidal maniac, need I say more? Is that all it takes to become a regular on the suspect list? But I've got an alibi. She's right, she does have an alibi. She was with the rest of us when Yamada screamed. Plus, when the two corpses were stolen, she was still unconscious in the physics lab. Well, I'll give you Ishimaru's corpse. She couldn't have transported Yamada's from the infirmary. And look it, but I actually put a lot of thought into my craft. You guys know how I roll. I've been laid bare for all to see, so killing's out of the question for me. But it's not something to be proud of. In any case, what about securing the scene? I'm worried about the bodies being taken again. Asahina and I will handle that. Is that alright, Asahina? Yeah, I'm not going to be much help with the investigation anyway. And that's bad. And we can finally get started. Something about this case kind of feels odd. Everyone has an alibi, which means the number of possible subjects is limited. On the other hand, and maybe it's just me overthinking things, but something tells me it's not quite that simple. Loaded Monokuma File 3 into your Electro ID. You can find it in the ammunition menu. There's a wide array of hammers hanging here, from small to large, but several are missing. Missing? What if these hammers were used as a base to create those justice hammers? Either way, these hammers look like they've seen a whole lot of use. They're all specked with stone fragments and powdered rock. This hammer appears to be wet, and it's the only one that's not dirty. Does that mean someone washed it? Loaded washed hammer into your Electro ID. You can find it in the ammunition menu. It's Ishimaru, who's completely still. According to the Monokuma file, Ishimaru's death was the result of blunt force trauma to the head. He was first found in the physics prep room. Just this hammer number 4 was the murder weapon. Also, a balance sheet has been spread out underneath Ishimaru's corpse. Perhaps the culprit used this when he transported Ishimaru's body, so he wouldn't leave any blood behind. Loaded blue vinyl sheet into your electro ID. You can find it in the ammunition menu. No! There's a wide array of hammers hanging there from snow to large and food. What if... Yeah. Alright. So there's some things that I can't click on. Yamada's huge cold body is sprawled on the floor. Man, he really is big. So big, in fact, that I wonder how the culprit ever managed to move him. I mean, his body was found in the infirmary on the first floor, and this is the third floor. So just how the heck could he have moved Yamada from the first floor to the third floor? And without us noticing, for that matter. Nope, nothing's coming to me. Anyway, I'll hold off thinking about that until later, and focus on examining his body for now. Cause of death was, indeed, blunt force trauma to the head, and that Justice Hammer number 3 I saw in the infirmary was most likely used to do it. Wait, hold on a sec. Something's wrong with this body. But just what is it? Something's different. Something about what I saw of his body in the infirmary and the body I'm looking at now. Oh yeah, his glasses. When I saw Yamada's corpse in the infirmary, his glasses were definitely covered in blood. But now they're clean, which means someone wiped Yamada's glasses? But who and why? Loaded Yamada's glasses into your electro ID. You can find them in the ammunition menu. Alright, so I'm going to have to click on no. Oh, that's useful in this investigation. Alright, so a number of things occurred during this incident. No, perhaps better say a great deal of things. There is value in revisiting the past events. You might recall something you overlooked. Shall I help you go over it once more? Nah. Hey Nagi, actually something's been bugging me about this storage room. What about it? You know how after Yamada and Ishimaru's body disappeared, we all split up to go look? I was scared, so I went along with Sakura. After everyone split up, we went straight to this art room to look around. But at that time, the storage room door was locked and we couldn't get in. The door was locked? We came straight here from when the search started, so there's no way anyone could got here before us. But then, who locked the door, you know? Plus it's open now, so you're right, that is perplexing. The door was locked just after we started searching for the bodies, and now it's unlocked. There's got to be something to that. Maybe I can figure something out once I get out of this room. And hey Dagami, so do you think Hagakure is really the culprit? I can't think of anyone else who it could be. Every one of us has an alibi for the murders and the disappearance of the corpses. And then there's Yamada's dying words. Yasuhiro, right? Not just that, he tried to say Ach or something, too. It all points to Yasuhiro Hagakure. But even if Hagakure did do it, why would he try to hide himself by wearing that bizarre costume? I'm sure he just thought that as long as he hid his figure he wouldn't be found out. He's a degenerate and a fool. Well, Hagakure is kind of a doof. But can you really just pack everything up in a little box labeled doofus and call it a day? I feel like there's a big hint hidden there somewhere. Is that everything? Nothing else stands out to you? No, there's more that I can't figure out. Like where the culprit hid the bodies. Maybe he thought if we couldn't find the corpses that we couldn't hold an investigation. And yet despite that, we had almost no trouble finding them. That too could only be because the culprit's an imbecile. Is that really good enough? There's one more thing that stuck out to me. Why did the culprit commit 2 murders? What? I mean, according to the rules, if you commit a murder without getting caught, you graduate. In which case, I think the culprit would, first and foremost, want to ensure no one else found out. By committing 2 murders, you leave that much more evidence behind. Wait. Perhaps. I see, so that's what this is. What are you talking about? We are not friends, and don't you forget it. What's this coming from? You have my gratitude. Thanks to you, it looks like I'll be able to squeeze a little fun out of this game. With that, Dangan left the storage room. Sounded like he's figured out something. Would have been nice if he'd told me too. Alright, so I'm gonna click on this when we come back. So basically, see what I investigate next. Join me for the next episode on the top right. The previous episode is on the top left. So, until next time, folks.